Hi, my friends. I am Meredith, your evolutionary astrologer. And today, all you have to do is listen. Drink your coffee with me, walk around the block with me, take me on a road trip. You don't even need to look at your gorgeous natal chart, but I definitely hope you have one. And today, we're going to talk about the 10 things, plus I have a bonus tip, so stay for that Taurus needs to really deepen their relationship with you. Now, this can be a romantic relationship, a sexual relationship, or this can also just be a platonic relationship. So if you are a parent of a Taurus child, or if you have a best friend that is a Taurus, or if you're trying to figure out, how do I get along better with my brother who is a Taurus? This video is for you, and you will get a lot out of this video because I want to peel away the mask and I want to go deeper inside and give you 10 surprising things that may or may not surprise you, but we're going to go into the depth of what Taurus really needs. So I also want you to think about this video for you, and that is, where do you have Taurus in your chart? Because this part of your chart, and you don't have to have a planet to have Taurus in your chart, but this part of your chart, this house placement inside your own chart, will appreciate this Taurus video. And this is how you deepen that part of your chart, that part of the relationship that you're having with yourself. So this is kind of how you feed your part of your soul that is Taurian, and we are made up of all 12 signs. So I am talking to you, even if you don't have a planet there. What house do you have Taurus in? So we're going to talk all about it. We're going to go deep underneath the surface. The first thing I want to say is a lot of people feel like when they think of Taurus is that they only want comfort, they only want good food, they only are about loyalty or money or stability. But underneath that Venetian calm, if you will, is actually somebody who's terrified of chaos. They're terrified of betrayal. They are terrified of emotional volatility. So do you have a Taurian child? And are you and your partner yelling at each other in front of your Taurian child? These are Venus-ruled people. These are Venus-ruled people. I'm going to tell you the secret right here, but watch the whole video. Also, would you please like and share this video with anybody who you feel would benefit from understanding Taurus in their life a little bit better? And also, feel free to watch my entire playlist. I probably have 12 videos all about Taurus on this YouTube channel. So watch my Taurus playlist. I want to just tell you, to understand Taurus, you have to know what they're really, really afraid of. Taurus is secretly starving for deep emotional connection and devotion. Yes. And they also need a sensual presence in their life. And I'm not trying to be weird about it, but they need things that taste good, look good, smell good, feel good, emotionally and physically. They also absolutely have got to have consistency, and they need a softness. They need a consistent gentleness, and they don't trust easily. So they need somebody who really develops trust quite quickly, and not everybody's good at that. They also feel safety is absolutely sacred. So again, one of the ways to really understand what they need is to understand what they fear. And you have to remember, you guys have to keep in mind that the Venus placement in the chart, is absolutely critical to understand by sign and by house in order to see how this particular Taurus, the one that you are or the one that you're involved with, is relating to life. So, for example, if you are a Taurus, but you have Venus in the 8th house, that's a very different kind of person than if you are a Taurus and you have Venus in the 5th house. Yes, very different. That is the shortcut entire reason on why we don't do sun sign astrology and why sun sign astrology is vapid. It is superficial and it does not work because no two Tauruses are alike, truthfully. Yes, they have major characteristics in common, but depending on where your Venus lands, you're going to be a very different kind of Taurus. So, Venus in the 12th house is very different than Taurus with Venus in the third house. And I want you to study with me. Come and study with me so you can understand chart rulers. And if you really want to understand what kind of Taurus are you, what kind of Sagittarius are you, what kind of Pisces are you, you should definitely have my unique chart rulers report. It is so good. And it shows you what house your Venus is in, what house your Mars is in, and the rulers of all of your houses. It goes way beneath sun sign astrology. By the way, it's super affordable. It's very, very short. It's not too in depth. You won't get lost, but that report is a gold mine. It's why I bought the software and why we make it for you. And it is for your specific natal chart, all your natal placements. Anyways, let's keep going. But I just wanted you to understand that if you are Taurus, or if you have a predominant Taurus in your chart, you've got to understand that ruler, that ruling planet, Venus, and its placement and its sign and how it's interacting with your sun sign or with your Taurus rising sign or with your Taurus moon sign or with your Taurus north node. So I'm not going to give you the fantasy version of Taurus or Venus, like, oh, fishnet stockings and high heel shoes. No, yes, while they like fashion and style, Taurus is not the superficial romance sign. No, Taurus can do a one night stand, but Taurus does not really want to. They want something that has more meaning in it, usually. Again, they can do a one night stand, but that's not necessarily what they're looking for. They're looking for emotional safety. They're looking for somebody who is physically present in their world, somebody who doesn't just say nice things, but somebody who says nice things and does nice things. They need physical presence. They like the physicality of another person. Even if you're a Taurus child and you have a mommy that's, I don't know, Sagittarius, you probably feel like she's not physically present enough. You want to sit on someone's lap as a little kid and have them snuggle you while they read you a book, and you get to maybe suck your thumb and hold your stuffed animal and pick at your stuffed animal, and you want your foot rubbed. Yeah. And you're 3 years old. Right? So they want physical presence. They like to be held as a baby. They want consistency. They want intimacy. Yes. They want a grounded devotion, and they want reliability over fancy promises. And Tauruses are going to love you slowly over time because they bond deeply and slowly over time. And once they attach emotionally, they rarely love halfway. And so, number one, let me give you the number one. Taurus needs this emotional consistency more than fancy, flashy, grand gestures. And Taurus is not won over by intensity. No, they're won over by consistency over intensity. And so they really distrust dramatic declarations and emotional extremes and love bombing. Oh my God. This is the sign that absolutely hates love bombing and chaotic passion. My niece is a Taurus, and I'm a really over the top, grand gesture type of lovey-dovey person. And and she's come to trust it because that's what she has seen for 23 years, right? Like a consistent over the top bigness. It's not like I pop in and do that one time and then I stop doing that. No, I've done that for 23 years. And she's like, Aunt Mare, you have an eccentricity about you. Like you say it in a big drama kind of way. But she loves it, but she's come to trust it over a long period of time. And that's how they They deeply trust when something becomes predictable, when something becomes reliable. Even that big, grand, dramatic, lovey dovey, mushy gushy gesture in me, it's predictable. She walks into my house, I'm going to bounce out of my chair and be like, what? Come and give, come, come and give me. Right? There's follow through with it. There is an emotional predictability. They need this, they need this, they need this. And Taurus watches patterns more than they hear words. So they will be studying your tone, your reliability, your emotional regulation, and your consistency over time. So if you're just like this hot-headed, boom, things going off, it really frightens Taurus, to tell you the truth, because Taurus deep down is asking, can I relax my nervous system around you? They're looking for the person who is the cup of tea. They literally are looking for the person that is the cup of tea. And so Taurus needs to feel safe. This is number 2. Taurus needs to feel safe before they can unzip themselves and show you to them. And so they can appear kind of emotionally, I'll be honest with you, cold. They can, because if they're not revealing their emotional state to you, like, this is how I feel, they can be quite stoic. And they do it usually in a lovely, refined way, not in a mean way. But it's like, you just know you're not getting anything out of them. You're not getting the real deal. They're just being Venetian polite. And so Taurus can appear emotionally cold or calm or composed or guarded. But underneath, there is this profound emotional sensitivity. And Taurus does not always reveal their vulnerability, if ever, especially quickly, but maybe ever. So do you have a Taurus in your life, and have they unzipped themselves to you, and have they let all their guts spill out? I want to know that. That's a real question. Yes, no, maybe so. Tell me who. Leave it in the comments. Yes, I have a Taurus such and such. And my Taurus niece wrote me a text message about 2 weeks ago. I wish I could read it to you because it's so incredible. But basically she said, Aunt Mare, I don't feel like I tell you enough how much I love you, but like, I love you so deeply, and I just want to make sure you know that. I thought that was really incredible. And I said, can you teach me how to print off a text? And then I'm going to frame this. How do I print? Do I have to like copy and paste and put it into a Word document, and then, or an email, and then a Word document, and then put a border around it? And then I'm framing this. I am taking this to the bank. And she was right. I don't think she does mushy gushy spill all her, like, the sappy. Yeah, very often. Yes, she does. She does it in her own way, but it is usually very refined and kind of quiet, and it's loving and thoughtful, but it's not big grandiose, right? So I am framing the big grandiose text message that I got. And the reason why they don't always reveal themselves is because they fear a betrayal. They fear that if I reveal this to you, it's going to create instability. It's going to give you too much power. Honest to God, Taurus does not like you having more power than them. Tauruses are like the big bull, and they like being the power person in the relationship. And so if they start confessing to you how much they love you, they leak or lose their power. Now, here's what's ironic. It's just not true. It's just not the truth. But there are people out there who they spill their guts out, they spill their hearts out to you, and now I take advantage of you, right? And now I put you in the weak position. They feel like it's weak to reveal their emotions, and they also fear being emotionally humiliated. Like, if I love you more than you love me, then I'm not in the power position. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Can you relate to that? Will you leave me a comment? You guys, the comments on the Aries video was so good, and the comments on my Intercepted series, oh my God, they were so insightful and so good. And when you leave your story, You are growing this community. I could tell you 1,000 stories, but when we get 100 stories in the comments, people are getting examples and you're growing this community. And if you really want the world to be a better place, promote astrology because it's the art and science of developing empathy for others who are different than you. And every time you leave a comment, you are helping some soul out there understand themselves, their mother, their child, their brother, their lover, their wife, their husband better. So your comments are invaluable. They are the 24 karat gold on these videos because they're coming from all walks of life. Even if English isn't your first language, try. Taurus does not want to be emotionally humiliated by loving you more than they love you. And they're stubborn like that. And they measure. Why do they measure? Because they're the ownership sign. Like, I own you. I own you. When you're in relationship with Taurus, they own you. They're possessive. And they also do not want the rug to be pulled out from underneath them. So if they don't say how much they love you, then you can't pull the rug out from them. Do you see? It's a little bit of a power play and it's a little bit of a control thing, little tiny bit. And if you are a Taurus, I want you, and if you're a little bit enlightened and you're in the wisdom of what it means to be a Taurus and you're a deep thinker, I want you, if you can, to try to talk about this aspect and maybe confess how you have done that in the past. A lot of Tauruses, and if you have a lot of Taurus placements in your chart, and I recommend, by the way, watch this entire 12-part series because when you start understanding how Taurus is out there in the world, you can start understanding how Taurus plays out in your own chart. And you are a combination of all 12 signs. So many Taurus placements grew up feeling emotionally unsafe. There was an emotional unpredictability. Somebody's popping off in the Taurus house and they don't feel safe. And so they start to kind of shut down a little bit, to tell you the truth. They become self-protective. They become emotionally measured. They are the masters at emotional measuring. They are careful with who they trust and who they don't trust. And they are slow to open. They're literally like a tin can. And I have to I can't open a tin can with my hands. I need a tool to open a tin can, an aluminum can. I need a tool. I can't use my teeth. I can't use my hands. I can't twist it off, hit it off, right? I need a can opener. That's Taurus. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the kind of a shocking, surprising little truth right here, okay? Tauruses will test emotional safety silently before ever fully surrendering emotionally. They are silently testing you, watching you, observing you, seeing if your words mean the same as your actions, seeing what you do. They also are listening and testing to the tone of you. So my Tauruses, I want to ask you, is the tone of my voice equally as important as the content of my speech, of my words? Tauruses relate to a tone. They need a tone that feels melodic. Why? They're Venetian. They can't really be happy listening to somebody who squawks, screeches, or squeaks, or wah, 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 wah. How does that go, Taurus, for you? Wah, wah, wah. What I want to tell you is, right? They'd be like, next. And by the way, I lost my voice because I just finished my live workshop in Seattle and it was so amazing. You guys, I won't go on and on about it because I'm going to do some shorts on it, but it was so amazing. So my voice is a little bit scratchy right now. I do sound like I smoked a pack of cigarettes. I don't smoke. I don't vape, but it sounds so scratchy. But Taurus, hopefully you've seen me. And is this your first video with me? Is this our first hello? Is this my first impression in your life? Yes, no? Tell me. If so, oh my God, please go watch my Taurus playlist. I really hope this isn't my first impression, but okay, if it is. Number 3, and you probably know this, but I'm going to tell you that whatever you think you know, it goes deeper than that. Taurus needs physical affection way more, way more than they admit. They need you to hold their hand. They need you to rub their head. They need a shoulder massage. They need a back massage. They need physicality, not overtly sexually. They can be very, very, very sexual creatures because Taurus rules the body and it is on the sensuality axis. Scorpio and Taurus is the most sexual, like, access in the zodiac. And so they do need, a lot of Tauruses do want and have a high sex drive, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about they just want closeness. They want touch and physical warmth and affection and lingering eye contact. They like to be teased. Like, when you eat your ice cream, they want you to tease them with the way that you eat your ice cream, and you feed them a grape and they feed you a strawberry. Oh my God. Small, sensual rituals. Even like warm soup and you snuggle on their lap, or you cuddle under the same blanket, not separate blankets, or lying peacefully beside somebody, or laying in the grass, feeling the warm grass or the cool grass and having the wind blowing on their face while you look at them and you give them a drink, hot cocoa by the fire, like sensuality. And I'm not trying to be weird. You can even do sensuality. It just means making the senses come alive, but they like to be close and connected. You might have a hard time kicking your Taurian child out of your bed, into their crib. Like, no, they want mommy. They want daddy. They want to lie on your chest. Taurus does not need more words. They need your hand on your back. If you walk past a Taurus in the kitchen, just put your hand on their back, just like I see you. And then you go to the fridge and you get your thing. And then you pour yourself your drink. And then you put it back in the fridge. And then you just touch their back and you go on your merry way. And that's their hello. They need a long hug. They need a good hug. They need a softness and a sweetness and a calm in your voice. They need, are you ready? They need your presence without your pressure. So I'm here, but I don't need you to perform for me. I'm here, but I'm just in your presence, sharing this space with you, but I don't need anything from you. So I will tell you this other secret. Taurus often experiences physical affection as emotional reassurance. Like, you're going to be okay, like holding your hand, just like you're in a movie theater and you just hold their hand for a minute, right? So number 4, not so surprising thing, is Taurus needs peacefulness. Yes, not constant emotional chaos. They can do pop rocks, emotion, like little emotional outbursts, like pop, 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 but they need you to bring it back to center. And so I want to tell you that one of the misconceptions about Taurus is that they're boring. No, they're not boring. They're trying to create emotional peace. So many Taurus placements. So where do you have Taurus in your chart? What house and what planet, if you have a planet? Or is it your south node or north node or Chiron, or is it an asteroid? We haven't talked a lot about asteroids, but I do want you to know your asteroids. Talking about asteroids, I want to show you something that is so stinking cool. This is so cool. So first of all, I'm going to just show you Britney Spears' chart. By the way, in my progressed workshop, we did progressions for 2 full days. I really researched Britney Spears' chart. And if anybody wants me to do a deep dive on Britney and show you the course of her progressions over her lifetime, it is such a fascinating case study. But this is what I really want to show you. I cannot recommend enough that you purchase this report from my shop. It is the Iris Asteroids report, and it's by Roderick Kidston. So he wrote it. He created the entire report, every combination possible. But the reason why I love this is look at all of these planets and asteroids that he is going to go into, including Black Moon Lilith. You're going to really get to understand Iris. You're going to get to understand Ceres, Vesta, Pallas, Juno, Diana, Flora. It's really good. But look at this. So he goes into, for example, Ceres in this report, and you can get this in my shop. I'll show it to you. He goes into Ceres and he shows you Ceres is in your first house. Ceres is conjunct Jupiter. This is Britney Spears. Then Pallas, then Juno, and this is so long, then Vesta, right? And Astrea, and goes into what are these asteroids? These asteroids are so important. And if you want me to do a deep dive, now we have on my YouTube channel, we already have a couple videos on all of the asteroids. Connie Jo has done a couple videos on them, but if you want more, just tell me. Look at chapter 6, Iris, chapter 7, Hygeia. Anyways, it goes on and on and on. Look at this report. It is so amazing. It is so amazing. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go to shopsoulnavigation.com and you can go to astrology charts and reports and you go to the search bar and you're just going to do right here, your deeper asteroid report. Know 15 most important asteroids in your chart for $29. It is so worth it. Oh my God, it is so worth it. And it goes into 10 more VIP asteroids. So you will absolutely love it. I cannot recommend this enough. You need to understand your asteroids, and it is fascinating. So Taurus, back to Taurus, needing and creating emotional peace. That's what they're doing. They really cannot handle screaming. They cannot handle manipulation. And they cannot handle constant emotional relationship drama. They cannot do high highs and low lows. Now, they can create it, but they cannot handle it from you. And what happens is when a relationship becomes chronically chaotic, Taurus starts to invisibly shut down. And it's not because they don't care. It's because their nervous system is actually protecting themselves, truthfully. And Taurus needs relationships that feel grounding. And so one of the times that creates in the partner, if you will, is their stubborn shutdown mode where they dig their heels in and they are immovable and they stop calling you and they don't show up and they are like not participating when they say that they're still participating and they're not. And that's because they're overwhelmed. I am telling you right now, they are overwhelmed. They need to just go ground themselves instead of feeling exhausted. I'm going to be honest with you. You have probably exhausted your Taurus. So something that's interesting about me is I've been trying to develop the Taurus in my life and step out of the emotional, bigness. Like I just feel splintered and fractured a lot of the time because I'm doing this and this and this and this and this and this. I mean, my life is just crazy Cracker Jacks box oftentimes. And I really realize that I need to develop this sense of calm. And just because it's calm, it doesn't mean I'm not productive. I used to think if I'm peaceful and if I'm doing less things in a day, then I'm not a productive individual. If I'm not in the maniac or the mania of the to-do list, right? So I'm creating, and this has happened since I started doing my live workshops in Barcelona, Spain. I started to realize when I started looking at other cultures, walking along the promenade 3 generations deep, grandparents, parents, and small children eating ice cream cones at a 2:00 promenade walk on a Tuesday. I started to have a paradigm shift. I don't know if you remember that short, but I started to realize, wow, I want tranquility. I want to chase this thing. And so I'm chasing tranquility, and tranquility is the name of this year. So I'm letting myself sleep in on some days. Anyways, let's keep going. Number 5. This one is going to surprise you. Taurus needs to feel chosen, repeatedly chosen. And they bond really, really deeply. So they want to feel that you pick them. I choose you. I can't do this without you. The reason why is because they fear abandonment more than they admit. And they probably have never even verbalized this to you openly. And if you are a Taurus or if you have a big Taurus chart, like if there's a big Taurus emphasis in your chart, please, would you let us know? Like, how does this show up in your life? But they need ongoing reassurance through you showing up, you putting in the effort, and you seeing them, you seeing their needs. My cats are Taurus. They love it. They will walk up to me, they will meow, and I'm like, oh, you want the fish flakes, not the wet food? And I'll put the fish flakes down there, like, thank you. They can come up to me and I know they need water. Like, please change my water fountain. I don't like it. Or will you turn on the sink, mom? So when you get Taurus's need, they feel love. They need this reassurance that you get them, you see them, you know them. That's how you make a Taurus fall in love with you. That's how you make a Taurus child never want to leave the home. That's how you make your Taurus bond to you so deeply, when you can read the need they have and you just deliver it in silence. I'm not joking. I hope you all stayed for this part of the video, because this is the biggest deal. And it can't be performative reassurance. It needs to be genuine. It needs to be embodied reassurance. So they want you to feel like you choose them, you get them, you know them, you get their priority, you get their energy, you know what they need, you know what is best. Yes. And it's not just your words, it's your actions and your words. And sometimes it's just your actions. Taurus needs slow. They need you to slow way, way, way down. They don't trust rushed emotional intimacy. They don't enjoy rushed, fast connections. If you prepare them like, hey, my friend Cindy, I've only got 5 minutes. Pop by, drop off the thing. I want to give you a hug, but she likes it when I open up the door. I acknowledge her for driving over, dropping off the thing, and I give her the hug. But I probably need to set her up with what I'm capable on this end so she doesn't just feel discarded. And if you emotionally escalate, or you're too quick, too rushed, too fast, too loud, it creates a shutdown in them. They're suspicious of that. So they like building a trust over time, a gradual emotional opening. They are the peony that is opening. They like consistency over, short bursts of energy, and they like a steady bond. And the deeper truth is, slowness means you're safe. Quickness, they don't know if they can trust you. So are you real? That is the slow growth. Or are you temporary? That is the quick, fast results. And once Taurus really trusts you emotionally, their love will become extraordinarily devoted. Okay, I have a couple bonus ones for you at the end, so stick to the end. Number 7, Taurus needs to feel valued beyond what they provide for you. Yep. So Taurus often becomes the dependable one, the stable one, the provider, the helper, the emotional anchor. And I want to tell you something. If you have a Taurus in your life that is no longer talking to you, so I have 2 Taurus friends that I had a falling out with one, and then with the other, I didn't have a falling out, but they stopped talking to me. And it's somebody who I loved a lot. I really love this friend a lot. And what I believe is happening when a Taurus no longer talks to you is they feel either abandoned. So when my Taurus friends stopped talking to me, I got married. Right? You put in one and one together. So they stopped talking to me. And I even reach out and say, happy birthday, and I hope you're wonderful. So if a Taurus stops talking to you, they either feel betrayed by you, neglected by you, you're being fake with them, like, oh, you never really meant it anyway, or they feel replaced. And guess what? They're having none of that. They are having none of that. So what are they going to do? Put up a wall and not talk to you. So if you betray a Taurus, or let's say you don't even betray them, you just go and get married, or you move away, or you got busy. I don't know. You're Taylor Swift and you're on the Eras tour and you don't have time. You don't have time to do the Monday night spaghetti dinner anymore, right? Let's just say that. Or you have a baby and you got busy or your priorities shifted. What happens is the Taurus will shut down. They will go away. And guess what? They will demonize you by being the great betrayer, by being the person who doesn't care, by being the fake person, or, oh, that connection must have been fake. Oh, I'm disposable, right? It might not even be true, but that's what's happening to Taurus on the inside. They feel emotionally forgotten, betrayed, unseen, not valued, not valuable anymore. Like, yep, not doing Monday night spaghetti dinners anymore, not doing Sunday night dinners. Yep, they don't value me. Now, here's another interesting thing. Tauruses are very dependable and reliable. And so people become attached to what Taurus does instead of who Taurus is. And it kind of hurts Taurus to feel like you're just using me for what I do for you. And instead, they want somebody who notices their softness, their sensitivity, their effort, their emotional endurance. Like, hey, I'm doing the long haul with you. They want to be valued also, not just for what they're doing for you, but who they are in the world. Like, hey, I just wanted to say to you, I really just love your spirit. I love your soul. I love your essence. You're so comfortable to be around. You don't have to do anything for me. I just absolutely love that about you. And I wanted you to know. Okay, Taurus needs more than just functional love. And because they kind of hold everything in and they're zipped up and they're not so mushy gushy, right? I think a lot of people misunderstand this part of them. They're not looking for just functional love. They need sensual romance. Or I should say, if you're in a platonic relationship, just trying to figure out a platonic person, they still like romance, even if it's platonic. So Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is everything sweet that we desire, and it rules the arts and it rules beauty. It does rule your values, what you value, but Taurus needs beauty. So even if you're a mom and you're raising a little girl that's a Taurus, show her how to make a beautiful table. Show her what candlelight can do. Show her how to play the music, but the dinner music, right? So I just want you to know that there's an artful romance that Tauruses love. They like the candlelight. They like the music and the beautiful flowers and the smells that smell good. They like the scent. They like delicious food and beauty and creative beauty and making a whole party or making a whole event. They like the softness, the sweetness, and they love intentional experiences. So Taurus can become emotionally disconnected in relationships when they're just strictly transactional or rushed or practical or emotionally dry. So they need romance that engages the senses. So let's keep going. Number 9. Taurus needs loyalty so deep that it calms their fear of loss. Let me tell you something, and I hope you're still listening. This one's really, really important. Taurus might appear like super emotionally strong, just super strong. They're usually very, very strong people. But Tauruses, many, many Tauruses, and please leave a comment if this is you and how did this show up in your life? They carry deep wounds and deep fears around having been betrayed, having been replaced, having felt replaceable, having felt unstable or lots of instability in their life, emotional inconsistency. They might have grown up with emotional inconsistency and losing what they love. Yes. So once Taurus loves someone, they often love with this. They become deeply, deeply attached. They live with like an extraordinary devotion. And a betrayal can hit a Taurus, with like a blow to the heart, a blow to the chest. And it is just beyond painful. Like they may never even recover from it. And they don't want flashy passion. No. Okay, number 10. Taurus needs the permission to, like an Aries, to stop being strong all the time. And this one is rarely talked about, but Taurus is the emotional stabilizer in the relationship. And they're the grounded one. They're the reliable one. They're the DD. They're the calm one. They're the one that keeps everything together. But secretly, Taurus is exhausted from always carrying the emotional load, being the good listener, right? And they need a relationship where they can reset, where they can soften, they can be cared for, they can let go of the hyper vigilance, and they can stop bracing for when is this going to fall apart. Yeah. So underneath Taurus, the strength is often underneath that Taurian strength. It's often living. The soul is longing, I should say, to finally feel safe enough that they can exhale and you can carry the load. They secretly want someone who is strong enough to take care of them, and someone who, if I give you the reins, you will not steer us off the cliff. You can be equally as dependable, equally as stable, equally responsible. You can be a provider like I'm a provider. They don't necessarily want to take advantage of someone, but they do want somebody who is as much of the thing they're bringing as they are to you. So if I'm a Taurus, I want somebody who can carry their financial weight, can carry their intellectual weight with me inside a conversation, is as loyal, does the right thing when nobody's looking, will follow the rules like I follow the rules, right? And I'm not just the only one capable around here. They really do crave somebody who can bring an emotional support system to the table, to their life too. They really do crave somebody that can hold them for once, not control them. They hate that. Not overpower them. They hate that. They like having the power, and not dominate them. Nope, they'll never let you do that. But somebody who can emotionally support them, like from underneath the ground. Like, do you have a steadiness? Do you have concrete underneath your feet, right? And that will help them reduce their stress instead of adding to it. And they will feel emotionally gotten. They're really looking for somebody, a parent, a sister, a brother, a family member, a friend, a best friend, who can finally help them relax and let down their guard. I think they crave somebody emotionally protecting them. I really do. To lean on somebody who is genuinely trustworthy, even when they're not looking. Venus ruled people are not meant to live in survival mode forever. Are you a Venus ruled person, Taurus rising, and have you lived in survival mode before? Holding everything together, anticipating the problems, being the emotional regulator, right? Managing everyone else's emotions, carrying the practical burdens. Has that been your life? Because Venus people are not supposed to do that for their whole life long. They are looking for somebody whose presence represents peace and warmth and safety. Taurus is really looking for a partner or a person in their life where when they say, if I finally let go, will you catch me? Really listen to that. I'm going to give you a bonus. Taurus is looking at a dream of being able to build a sanctuary with a partner. They don't want just a relationship. They literally want a sanctuary, a peaceful, beautiful, emotionally safe, grounded, calm on the nervous system sanctuary. And they love nature. So am I in nature? Can I have access to nature? They want gardens and nature and fountains and mountains and lakes and fresh air and slow evenings and soft music and moonlight and starlight and a cozy home and cooking together and stability away from the frantic mess of life. They are the most affected by their environment. Out of all 12 signs, Taurus is the most affected by the sounds in their house, by their environment. They crave a relationship where home feels peaceful, where love feels steady, where life feels intentional, where the body can finally relax. These people need a good mattress. You know how they say the mattress is the second most expensive thing you'll buy after a car and a house? But a car Buy a good mattress for your Taurus. And deep down, Taurus is not just looking for passion. They are looking for someone and something that truly, truly feels like home. So if you are a Taurus, will you share yourself with us? And please like and subscribe and share. And I'd also like to ask you to please become a member of my channel. It will cost you only 10 cents a day, but it helps me so much with this editing that we're doing. Have you fallen in love with my new editor? His work is so good, and your membership helps me afford him. Also, I want to say, if you love learning astrology, consider coming to my Athena Academy of Astrology. It is absolutely amazing. Just go to shopsoulnavigation.com and click on the Athena Academy of Astrology, or you can go to my website at soulnavigation.com and go check it out. You can do the self-paced link to learn, and then you can dive in. You can dive in live with us as well if you like. You can do it either way. You can learn from anywhere around the world, but I teach you deep astrology, advanced astrology, and I help make you go from being a good astrologer to an extraordinary astrologer. So come join me at the Athena Academy of Astrology. I built this academy this year. I'm so proud of it. I absolutely love the students at the academy. They are so bright, so kind, so supportive, and so loving. You'll make friends for life. Wherever you are at in the world, I hope you love this video, and I hope that you are wonderful. Take good care.